through another tool to quickly help you what exactly is possible. This is basically the, this is what is a CAT tool. CAT tool is nothing but a tool which can, a computer assisted and audit tool, which can help you to do the work much more faster. Now today we talk about, let me just give you one use case so that you're able to understand for want of time. Maybe some other session I can do a separate session on data analytics, etc. But maybe today I will just use one simple case for get started. So let's say we have sales information which you have received from a particular client, and from that sales information we want to infer certain information or get some idea. Now the moment you get a sales file like this, obviously you will say let us do a sample verification. Now how will you do a sample verification? Randomly go pick up some line items, that is called sample verification. That is not the way in which you do the sample verification. Your sample verification should be based upon some methodology. So if you are picking up some random thing, whichever you feel like, again, it is not called random sampling. It is called judgmental sampling, because you are picking up based upon a judgment. Oh, this one I'll take, this one I'll take. Then what is random sampling? It should be based on law of random numbers. How do I figure out law of random numbers? So let us say I will write sample number here, and I'll write is equal to RAND bracket open bracket close. See what happened? Some number got generated. Now I double click this, again this number got generated. And if I click F2 and hit enter, look at this, all the numbers are getting changed continuously. Why? That is why it is called random numbers. There is no logic why this number comes. In fact, if you do this function in your Excel sheet, some other value will come, my Excel sheet some other value. That is why it's called random function. So what I do is I copy this entire information and then do a paste special, and then apply a filter, and using a filter I say number filter, give me the top 10 or top 25 line items of what? Of the sample. The moment I say top 25 of line items, why I have chosen top 25? Just like that, I have to have some basis, or I can choose lower 25, anything. But at the end of the day, I want only 25 fellows. These are the 25 fellows whom I have. I can just analyze them and close the story. So this is basically how one can approach, or one can look into how sampling can be used for the purpose of remote working, or how you can do random sampling. But this random sampling is having a problem. The challenge under this random sampling is this random sampling is not based upon certain grouping, stratification, etc. So if I want to do based upon stratification, etc., I go back to my software and I tell the software, hey, you know what, please help me out with sampling by doing what is called a stratified sampling. So I tell the system, do a stratified sampling, and stratification basically means we want to take certain values, we want to take certain information. So I go click on sales. The moment I hit on sales, it gives me what is the minimum value and the maximum value, and it also gives me the incremental value. From this, what I will do, I will quickly click on autofill, or I can choose the class interval as 25,000. I can click on autofill. Automatically all the data gets filled over here. The moment the data gets filled over here, I just say hit OK. See what happens. My entire sales get bucketed within this particular category. Look at this. How quickly I was able to do one simple sales analysis. So I've understood 69% of my sales is less than 25,500. In terms of count, in terms of value, 27%. In terms of value, my majority sales are between 25,500 to 50,500. So don't you think as an auditor, you have to choose more samples here and lesser samples here? That is what you're going to do. So you go click on sampling, and you can choose what is the sampling size you want. Let us say I choose here, I want 20, here I want 30, here I want 10, and here I want 1 each. And I just say extract this. Within few seconds, the entire data gets extracted, and that is what appears in this screen. So this is how random sampling, or stratified sampling, or stratified random sampling, etc. can be performed. Now you can double click, you can click on the name, you can click on the invoice number, sales value, you can write various rules, etc. for you to get this. And of course you can save it in Excel. So the moment you save it in Excel, what happens? It will keep a record, or it will keep a track of this. So this way, my dear friends, you are able to get this sampling done, and at the same time you're able to do your work much more faster. And that's basically what I wanted to mention in your CAT tools. Okay, so my dear friends, I gave you a few of the tips and few of the methods or methodologies under which you can use tally data and automate your working style, and you can use a better way in which you can enhance the power of tally, and at the same time you can improvise your audit or your